Hello and welcome to Todd Plays Games. I'm Tom, and today we're going to talk about the Halo Infinite Battle Pass customization and my overall thoughts on the final weekend before launch of the full game. I say full game, we already know there's a lot missing from this Halo release, so really all we're going to get on the 8th is the campaign and potentially a few more multiplayer modes. Which is fine. I'm a campaign player. I love the campaign. That's what I want. That's what I'm waiting for. But before we get into the real reason why I wanted to talk about it, customization and battle pass, I just want to say that this game is so much fun. Playing alone or playing with friends, be it custom games, big team. I've even had fun in ranked, and I absolutely hate ranked playlists. I am just not competitive at all. Probably because I'm not the best. I'm not a fantastic player, so against the real sweaty people, I'm just not going to enjoy it. But I've had so much fun with this. Halo Infinite multiplayer at least plays so well. I'm so excited to really dive into the campaign that we've been waiting for 6 years for a decent Halo campaign to take the bad taste of Halo 5. I'm really hoping this is going to be it, because if it isn't, God, I'm worried about this franchise. But let's get into why we're here today. Customization is where we're going to start, because for me, Halo isn't just about the lore, the characters and the story. It's also about me being able to create my Spartan how I want, to really put myself in that world. You know, it's that element of very subtle roleplay. But a lot of this, it's not what I wanted from the next Halo game. Let's get into some of the good stuff first. Spartan Id, it's as you'd expect. You've got your service tag, you can select from a range of different voices, which is really cool. I wonder if we're going to get maybe some character voices. Nathan Fillion would be amazing, because I want him to voice everything. If we can get Steve Downes or Jen Taylor or some of the big Halo characters. Hell, let's get a Johnson voice so our Spartan can run around and just say things in a Johnson voice. They did this with Reach. It added some fun elements to it. It was pretty cool. I just ran around with Nathan Fillion, but I'm a sucker for Buck and Fillion, so that's why. Nameplates, disappointing. Very limited customization and colours. I hope that changes. I'd like a bit more freedom. But overall, what you expect. Palette, this is pre-launch effectively, so I'm not going to hold them too harshly over the coals for a lot of this. It's all just very limited. Backdrop, that's the little broken ring. It's a cool little addition. It doesn't really do much, but it's just another element of customization, or something else that they can try and sell in the store, I guess. Or a way of filling up the battle pass with things that you don't actually care about. But, you know, it's cool, it's a little bit extra. And then the stances, that's again an old thing. Halo 5 had stances, MCC may have had stances. You got a range of different ones. I like the stuff with weapons. We haven't got one with a Betsy yet. That's a battle rifle. So when we get one with a Betsy, I do like that one. It's a shame that you can't rotate them while you're... doesn't let me rotate. Classic assault rifle pose. Yeah, again, it just feels like filler, but it is pretty nice to see at the end of the game. You know, you got a Spartan standing there, conquering hero kind of thing. It's cool. I like it. Body, I don't really know what difference there is with the types. I think 1 is slimmer. I don't know what the difference between 2 and 0 is. Very little from what I can see, but yeah, it's just a way of, without them saying it, choosing, I guess, between the male and female body type. It's always been in Halo, that choice, so yeah, that's cool. This is cool, the prosthesis. You can choose loads of different options for limbs and replacements and what have you. A really cool addition. I do like that, and I like that it's not tied to the battle pass or pieces of armor. I think this is a good way to implement it. AI, I think it's really cool that you have your own AI and they do actually help and talk to you while you're playing. That's a really nice addition. I do like it. I don't love the Superintendent, obviously, being a massive ODST fan. I think that this is really cool, but I don't really care for the others. I quite like Butler. He's got an edge to him, but at the minute nothing too exciting. I'm interested to see what they do. Maybe they do bring in a Cortana, or I mean, can you bring in a Cortana? It would be law breaking, but it would be really cool just to have Jen tailored in your head as you're doing stuff in multiplayer, and other characters, just voices and things. I think that'd be quite cool. So yeah, really like that. An AI colour, I mean, that's nothing. It's cool that you can make certain ones, or maybe all of them, different colours, but it doesn't add anything to it for me. That's fine. Vehicles, I mean, the vehicles look really cool. I think the Warthog looks and actually sounds great this time round. But as for this, it's just UNSC stuff at the minute. Maybe that'll change. Maybe we'll get Covenant things. But I don't care about changing the model. I don't care about putting an emblem on. I don't care about changing the colour. For a vehicle, it just doesn't do anything for me. If you want to tweak it, cool. It's more customization. It's more things that they can throw in a battle pass or throw in the shop. I'm going to always rock the Platinum Anniversary colour. We are going to get into coatings in general. But yeah, it feels like filler to me, but some people get a kick out of it, and that's cool. Weapons is largely similar. See, I've got the Nerf skin here. I mean, the weapons just look so nice. Just in general, I love the sidekick. The sidekick is one of my favourite sort of secondary weapons at this point in time. Good old Betsy. I do love a Betsy. I do love that skin. Again, this is just the UNSC, or most of the UNSC weapons. They're fine. I have absolutely no problem with the design of these. I think this whole aesthetic of seeing them on the holodeck with your Spartan there, I think that's quite cool. And I'm guessing that there'll be an element of the campaign that will play into this and tie it all together. But let's take a look at. So weapon kit, I don't really know what this is. Select your weapon kit to equip a set of items. Armor kits are, at the moment with the battle pass, looking like, and we'll get to that. But Carter, Emil, Kat, George and Jun from Reach, they've basically just copied those character designs and brought them across onto one of the armor cores. I'm guessing there'll be certain styles of weapons, but we've never really had any weapon customization to this extent in Halo, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. Weapon coatings, I mean, again, it's another element of customization. It was in Reach, was it in Reach, weapon skins? I don't think it was. It was definitely in Halo 5. I think it was in, God, was it in Halo 4 as well? But yeah, it's cool. This bit I like because you see a lot more of a weapon than you do a vehicle. Model, now this is, and I'll show you that on the assault rifle actually. But model's an interesting one. Charms, I don't really care for. It's cool. I'm probably not going to have it on most of them. Putting your own emblem on is cool. Kill effect, yeah, that's cool. Kill effects have always been in Halo in some capacity, mostly in the campaign. I've got no problems with that. Certain weapons have always done that, so that's pretty fun. Well, let's look at the model here. We have a Shinobi wrap, which is part of the legendary event, but I think you've got to buy this barrel extension. But it basically just changes the look of your gun slightly. Don't know where they're going to go with this. You're obviously only allowed one. Is it going to be extended mags? Is it going to be different sights? How's it going to interfere with gameplay? It probably isn't, in all honesty. I think it's purely going to be cosmetic things. This is the only one that, to my knowledge, that we've seen. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a really nice implementation. I've always wanted some sort of weapon customization in Halo. I love the COD system where you can just put on extended mags, sights, silencers, whatever. It's going to be very different in this. They're not going to have anything that affects the gameplay, just to keep it that pure esport style. Everything is straight out the box. But the sandbox in Halo has always been solid, and the different weapons fill in different roles. You don't need to take your weapon and turn it into something else, because you can just pick up a battle rifle, or the marksman rifle, or a needler. Whatever you want to do in that moment, there's options there. Again, skins, coatings. I think this system is horrible, but we are going to touch on that when we get to the armor. My first gripe with the armor, and by the way, this presentation and how this is all done, the lighting, just the shading, everything, I really, really like it. I think it looks really cool. I like how the armor looks. I think it's very clean, it's very crisp, but the art style is absolutely stunning. I just think that we've already found a problem with this, with having 3 different armor cores. So the base is Mark 7. Very early on in the Battle Pass you unlock Mark 5B, which probably 60 to 70% of the armor unlocks in the Battle Pass are for this armor. And then there's the event, which is the Samurai. We'll have a little look. Different helmets and things. Some of these you have to buy through the shop, which I think is horrible, that you can't actually unlock them in game. Some of them are through the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass for the event is it's not ideal. These little extra bits, like utility they call them, they're pretty cool. I like this idea. And you've got armor effects and things. We'll get onto that probably with a Mark 7. But let's just go through this. So your armor kits, you can look like the classic sort of Spartans of, I'm guessing it will be the Halo universe as time moves on, but at the minute of Reach. Coatings, again, different options, but they're basically all the same. It's just a different colour. I absolutely hate this. I think this is the second worst thing about the customization in Halo Infinite, sorry. I want to be able to individually customize my left shoulder pad, my right shoulder pad, the colours. This is just we've decided that the armour is going to look like this and you have to lump it and pick whichever is closest to what you want. If I want that style or that colour of shoulder pad, I think, based on the idea that this is a free-to-play multiplayer game and a lot of it is store-based and Battle Pass based, I think I should be able to unlock things that I can fully customize. And that sounds entitled. I'm sorry. That's how I feel if I'm spending money on these things. And it's Halo. I will be spending money on some of these things. I will be buying the Battle Pass every time because I want to unlock it and progress. And I also see it as anything that you buy through the store. You may buy the game. I will have it on Game Pass. You can get the multiplayer for free. But anything that you give back helps them to develop more and put more money back into the game and improve and evolve and improve and evolve. I have no problem with that if it's done correctly and done in a way that is actually sensible and benefits both studio and gamer. Some games, looking at you Battlefront 2, really didn't want to do that from the start. But this is very restrictive. And Halo has always been restrictive. Halo 5 was the most restrictive customization I think any Halo game had seen, especially after the glorious Reach. Reach, you could customize just about anything. You could make yourself, your Spartan would look brilliant. I'm not getting that vibe with this, like I was hoping. I think each little leaf of the coating, each little like squared off shaped bit, you should be able to just customize the color. I don't see where the problem is with that. If you want your left shoulder pad to be green, your right shoulder pad to be blue, your chest to be orange, your helmet to be a dark grey, and each, rainbow Spartan, whatever you want, I think you should be able to do it, and I don't see why you can't. The other problem with coatings is that they're restricted by armor core, which again is one of the most stupidest things. The fact that I think the problem is that there's 3 armor cores already. The game hasn't properly launched yet. We don't need 3 armor cores. We need 1 armor core, and everything else can be built on top of that, so you have full customization. If I want to wear a Mark 7 helmet with a Mark 5, as it stands at the minute, a Mark 5 chest piece, I should be able to do that. Every helmet I unlock, every chest piece I unlock, every coating I unlock should be available on every one of these armor cores if I want it on there. I've played the game or bought the item and unlocked it. I should have freedom to be able to fully customize. This chest piece, the Carter chest piece, is one of my favourites. I've always had it on when I've had Reach and everything. I've always just loved it. How the padding out of all this stuff, and Reach was great for the additional pouches and ammo and everything. You really felt like you were gearing up to go out and fight the Covenant. You've got the breaching kit with the extra sort of shotgun shells, and then all the pouches and things. The knife should be on. Every Spartan armor should have a knife on it somewhere, is my personal thought. But if I want Jun's cape, or a million grenades on my front, or the ODST breastplate, it should be on every armor. Especially if it's in a battle pass that you're playing to unlock, and it's very slow going with this battle pass, it really is. TACpad, again, I always love the idea of having basically the little computer readout on your wrist. It's just something that my character should always have as a Spartan. But I can't put it on the Mark 7, and the Mark 7 is my preferred, I have to say. Knee pads, again, it's such minor little things. I like that you can put emblems on your armor. I like that they've brought that back. Again, the emblems are very restrictive. That will change. The colours of the emblems are very restrictive. I think, again, that will change. I think we'll get more added. But why can't I have the Platinum Anniversary colour on the Mark 5? I don't like any of these chest plates. They just make my Spartan look bulky, and I don't like it. I prefer the sleek, slimmed down, sort of quick, responsive look for my Spartan. I don't need to stick all this crap on. And pineapple grenades are pretty cool, to be fair. But why can't I have pineapple grenades on the other? I don't understand why it's so restrictive. I don't understand why there is only the buckler on the. I hope that changes. I really do hope that changes down the line, because it needs to. If you want a legendary armor core, which is a set piece of armor, which is why you play your events, fine. But how many battle passes are we going to have? How many events are we going to have? Are we going to get to a point 12 months down the line, next year, next Christmas, after we've had, 12 months of really playing and getting into it and unlocking more armor and doing battle passes? Are we going to have 6, 7 different armor cores that are each restricted, that you can't tweak? You can't cross-use armor pieces? It feels bad, especially when you work so hard to rank up the battle pass and unlock it. You can't use it on your preferred armor. That might be it might be a me thing. I don't like it. I think it's very restrictive, and I think it's quite poor. I'd like to see it changed. And it's not going to change anytime soon, and I appreciate that. There's other things that they need to do. First, they need to ship the game to make sure it works. They need to sort out all the hacking problems that are coming from PC. Hell, even turn off or give players the option to turn off crossplay if they want. And there's going to be so many bugs and things that they need to fix. But there needs to be more content to make this live service game so much more worthwhile. Move on to the battle pass. In fact, no, let's talk about challenges. So challenges at the moment, and this will probably change very soon, challenges are the only way that you can progress through the battle pass. Now, challenges force you to play a certain way. Let's look at what we've got at the minute. Kill enemy Spartans with a Wasp's chain gun in PvP. So that basically means that you have to be the one person of the 24 to get into a Wasp, kill 5 Spartans with the chain gun, not any weapon, not just kills with a Wasp. Got to be the chain gun in PvP when there are, 12 other players sniping you out the sky. It's very tough, it's very challenging. It's not something that I'm going to do. I'm just not that good. I don't go for the vehicles. I'd rather be boots on the ground, shooting stuff, moving my way up, taking the flag, or pushing objectives, things like that. This isn't how I play Halo. Kill enemy Spartans, that's a really nice easy one. Complete total control matches. Just play big team, it'll come through the rotation. Absolutely fine. We do need a match or a game mode selector, so if you just want to play Slayer all the time, you should be able to play Slayer all the time. Again, I think that will come. Killing a Spartan carrying the ball in PvP in Oddball, it's a nice little throwaway challenge. It's quite easy to do. You get Oddball, you're probably going to come into a position where you kill the guy carrying the ball at some point. Some of the other ones, like 5 headshots, I don't think anybody's going to have a problem with 5 headshots. But headshot enemy Spartans while looking down the scope of a sniper rifle in PvP. One, I can't snipe for shit. I've never been able to snipe. I'm never going to get that. I'm not even going to get one of those. If I complete that, I'd be amazed. And then again, 5 kills with the Warthog's chain gun in PvP. That's very specific. Why isn't it just get 5 vehicle kills? Just get 5 vehicle kills. It makes it much more fun, much more possible for the people who aren't that good. I mean, big team, you'd eventually get it. I wouldn't have a problem with that, to be honest. The Wasp is much more specific. But over time, it's just that they would take so long to do. And it's forcing you to constantly be getting in the back of a Warthog and constantly be playing a different way. And if you don't want to play like that, don't complete the challenge, don't level up the battle pass, don't unlock the ultimate reward or whatever it is. I just don't think that this challenge system is very rewarding. Especially when all it's doing is unlocking a battle pass that, let's look at some of the early stuff, that gives you a new backdrop. You get your new armor core, which, as you've probably already figured out, I'm not a lover of the system. But okay, whatever. Level 2, you get a visor to go on your helmet attachment. Cool. But then level 3, and if you don't buy it, then fair enough. If you don't want to buy the battle pass, don't buy the battle pass. But one challenge swap? Challenge swaps should be playing rewards. At the end of the game, you get a 10% chance. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. You just get a 10% chance, as well as the XP that you should be getting from playing the game, to have a challenge swap drop or an XP swap or an XP boost drop. They should just be a reward for playing the game. They shouldn't be in the battle pass. Coatings, visors, armor. This is irritating as well. To pad out the armor pass even more, and the event pass is even worse. But to pad it out, rank 7 you get one shoulder pad, and then in rank 8 you get the next shoulder pad, or the same one for the other arm. If you unlock a shoulder pad, it should just be both. Helmet attachment. I mean, personally I think helmet attachment should come when you unlock the helmet, but they've got to pad it out with something. Coatings that are restricted to armors, stupid. I mean, stances are cool. I like the idea. I kind of like these. I think, again, if you just had the one core, the one base suit. The core is, let's say, your under armor, and everything else you build on top of that. But this is really cool. If Carter is your favourite Spartan, you can run around in multiplayer looking like Carter. That's a really nice little extra bit, and it means that you have unlocked everything in one go to just look like that with that armor kit. I do like that. I don't know how often I'd use it, but I do like that. It's a nice little addition. You know, name badges, fair enough. I'll take a nameplate, things like that. It's all just padding, right? All of this stuff is just padding, but none of it is... That's for the Mark 5, that's for the Mark 7, that's for the Mark 5, that's for the Mark 5, that's a Mark 5 coating. The coating should be on every armor anyway. I'm repeating this time and time again because it's just... It feels very anti-player. And that might just be me looking at it the wrong way. Like, I quite like that. I like all the extra ammo pouches and things. But I'm going to have to be running Mark 5, and if there isn't helmets and things that I like in Mark 5, then I'm going to have a half-baked Spartan that I'm just not going to want to look like. Recon, Mark 5. Extra, you know, all of these extra little bits, I think it's great. I think that the customization potential is really good. Just badly implemented. Kill effects, no problem. I don't need it personally, but it's cool. People will get a kick out of it, and it adds an extra element to the customization. It's never a bad thing. Hard cases, and there's med packs and all kinds of things. Armor restricted. It just... This battle pass for 15-20 quid or however much it cost, there's not really a lot here that I would want. There isn't. And you don't get anything for playing the game, so you have to buy the battle pass to get pretty much all of this. There's the odd, there's an attachment there. There's... Most of the free stuff is this crap. Challenge swaps and XP boosts. Why do you have to bake an XP boost into a battle pass? And it's only 250 XP. It's not even a full battle pass level. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth at the very least. Like Emil, loads of people are going to be running around like Emil for the entirety of this game's lifespan. Why wouldn't you? He looks cool as fuck. It's not perfect. It's as close as they've been able to get Emil. But he looks really cool. Like, I like the Mark 7 helmet. I do like that. I think that's pretty cool. Judgment Helm is cool, and the idea of being able to have different elements of armor effects and stuff, I think that's going to be interesting, and again, a really cool extra layer of customization. These effects I don't really need. I don't want to... When I slide, when I fire a grapple, when I'm running, I don't want to leave a trace. But if you do, fantastic. You know, it's cool. I wouldn't use it, but it is cool. And the Battle Pass is just it's their first one. They're still learning. I will give them that. But it just feels a little disappointing. And even though I've bought it and I will buy, and I'm part of the problem because I will buy them. Oh, well, the store's broke. We can't see the bundles. But now we get into the non-Battle Pass rewards that you have to buy if you want. You get a coating, you get a helmet. And this is for 15 quid. Individual items. It's funny. You get 2 knee pads that are the same, but your shoulder pads are separate. It just... yeah. Extra stance. I mean, there's a few bits there. It's not stuff that I would want to buy. It's not stuff that I feel that I need. I feel like it should be in the Battle Pass. This one is really irritating. So you get for 1,500 credits, which is probably again 15 quid because you'd have to buy a 2,000 bundle. You get camo. You can't customize the colours of the camo. If you had that pattern but you could change the colours, then fantastic. But you get camo armor coating for the Mark 7 armor, so you can't use it on any of the other ones. You're buying this with real money, by the way. You get horns for a warthog, which is gimmicky. I mean, it's cool if you want that on, fantastic. I wouldn't personally. I just like to stick with the original design because I love it so much. But there might be some down the future that I absolutely love. If you want it, go for it. It adds extra customization, which is something that I am so pro for. And then you get basically the same armor camo, but for the warthog. And then for the mongoose. And then for the scorpion. And then for the wasp. And then for the other warthog, which is still a warthog. And the gungoose, which is basically a mongoose. And then for the rocket warthog, which is still a warthog. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of these items, forgetting about this armor coating, 7 of the items in this bundle, this 9-item bundle that you pay real money for, are basically the same thing. Why can this coating, this one single coating, not do every vehicle? It doesn't say epic warthog or warthog with chain turret coating, it says epic vehicle coating. But you need individual ones for each vehicle. That's not a good system. I'm sorry, it's not. And if you want, you can buy 2 XP boosters and 2 challenge swaps, which should drop at the end of it, or have a chance to drop at the end of a game anyway. The story's crap. The Battle Pass is crap. The progression system is so unrewarding. It's worse than Halo 5. And I know this will all improve. And I know this is very early on. The game hasn't even launched yet. I think I have faith in 343 to make this right. I don't think it will happen anytime soon. And I really don't think that it's actually going to ruin anything for me, because I'm all about the campaign. And I will play a lot of multiplayer. But ultimately, I could play the campaign over and over and over again if it's good. If it's bad, I just won't play the game again. But I really wanted more from the customization, and this just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Maybe we'll come back in 6 months and see where we are and see what changes have been made. But before we get into the real hype, and I am so excited for this, I've been waiting 6 years for this. We've got Chief back, looking amazing, ready to continue Chief's story in the Halo universe, see where we are, what's being set up, and ultimately how Halo is going to transition into this live game, which is worrying. But I hope it pays off. I do have faith in Joseph and Bonnie and the guys at 343, but they have stumbled a lot. And the Battle Pass and the Challenge XP system and the ranking system is a massive stumble that I want to see improved. And that's why I'm making this video. It has been longer than I thought it would be. It's been very ranty, there's no script. I've just hit the record button and just ran through. But let me know what you think. Am I being too entitled? Do I want too much? I understand that this game has to make the money. There has to be a store. They have to monetize elements of the armor. But is this the right way to do it? Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more Halo content. I'll see you in the next one.